everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Halverson Palace series. Sorry to leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger after the machinima, but I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to explain everything. So as you can see, they are at this banquet hall at a Valentine's Day dance for the private school that all the kids that reside in the Walters Kingdom go to, and they brought Tanisha and Khalil and Maria along with them to enjoy the party. Let's get into the drama very quickly. As Khalil said, Jordan has been keeping a secret for quite a while now. As we know, Jordan and Raymond have become good friends over the last year and a bit since Raymond started dating Maria. However, once Jordan heard about the way Raymond was treating Maria in the last episode, he was very pissed. I mean, Maria and Jordan are best friends, so obviously she told him about how things went with Raymond, and obviously they didn't go so well. So Jordan was surprised, and he was a little bit upset, and he wanted to confront Raymond about the way that he was treating her, because obviously he didn't act in the best way. But when he went to do so, Raymond received the wrong message and ended up kissing Jordan, which was a huge shock and made Jordan very angry and confused on Raymond's stance of their friendship, but also the fact that Raymond technically cheated on Maria with her best friend unconsensually. When Raymond saw the anger on Jordan's face after that interaction, he sat down in silence, I think kind of out of embarrassment, and then Jordan told Raymond that he was going to tell Maria, but Raymond didn't respond, and so hesitantly Jordan sat down next to him. Raymond told Jordan a story of how his father was extremely homophobic towards his twin sister Charity, and favored Raymond because of it, which caused Raymond to never explore his sexuality as he wanted to not hurt his father. Raymond begged Jordan to let him be the one to break the news to Maria of what happened, and Jordan took pity and agreed. Now, the problem here is that happened almost a month ago. Jordan has tried to confront Raymond in school, asking when he's going to tell Maria, but Raymond's excuse is that he doesn't want to hurt her. Although recently, Jordan couldn't take the secret anymore and needed to tell someone, so he went to Lady Tanisha's house, who we all know he has been crushing on, and irrelevantly admitted his feelings for her, which Tanisha ended up reciprocating, which is kind of a win for him. So they're kind of a thing now. But Jordan then said to Tanisha that he didn't want to build a relationship on secrets, and he has something to tell her that could really hurt someone that they both care about, which is, of course, Maria. That's when Jordan confessed what happened, but what the two didn't know is that Khalil was in the doorway listening to the whole conversation. So that brings us to where we are now. Khalil just told Angelica what happened, and I think she's in absolute shock. Angelica is definitely in an awkward position because she's dating Raymond's sister, and I think that she obviously would want to tell Maria as soon as possible, not caring where they are, because this is important information that has been, kept secret for a very long time now, and, Maria has every right to know. So I think what she would do is that she would get Maria and Raymond, and she would tell them to come outside in this, what's this called? Like the lobby part of the hall. This kind of before you go into the party room. To talk to them, and I think she would also tell Khalil to grab Jordan to bring him outside, which probably would make Tanisha worriedly follow, and then maybe George and Charity come outside as well, curious about, what was going on. Okay, so now that they're all in the lobby away from the party scene, I think Angelica would turn to Raymond, they're arguing right now, and tell him look, I'll give you 30 seconds to fess up to Maria about what happened. And I think Raymond would be all defensive and start yelling and saying mean things about Angelica to kind of tell her this is none of your business, why are you getting involved in something that has nothing to do with you, and putting him on the spot. I think Jordan is trying to speak, but he's shut down by everyone talking over each other, and Maria is so confused, and so it's just this big thing that's going on. So I think while all the yelling is going on, Khalil would immediately jump in and be like, dude, come on, tell her the truth, have some sort of respect for her to tell her what's really going on. I think that's when Jordan is like, Maria, I went to confront Raymond about the way he was treating you, and he received the wrong message, and he ended up kissing me. And I think Maria's automatic reaction to that, her being the type, what we've seen in the past, who just wants to kind of not really talk about the hard stuff and wants to push everything away and kind of I guess focus on the positive and not really talk about more serious topics. She would immediately react to this news as thinking that it's a joke and thinking that they're just playing a prank on her, and it's very funny because they have been fine for a couple weeks since last episode. It's been about 2 months, 3 months, and they've been fine since then. Raymond has been treating her good, and it's nothing has been happening, everything's okay, but Angelica would be like, well, it's because it happened a month ago, which I think would make Maria be like, what do you mean? This whole thing has been going on for a month and nobody told me. And I think she would see the seriousness in everybody's face and realize that this isn't a joke that they're playing, that this is serious, and this is a secret that her best friend has kept from her boyfriend has kept from her, and it's obviously extremely hurtful. And I think that would make her, quiet, and not want to deal with anything that's happening right now, and kind of feel like, okay, you know what? I think she's one of those people that when she gets hurt, she kind of just shuts down and has to go away for a couple of hours or time to just kind of relax. And Angelica's mom is walking in naked. That's great. So I think what she would do is she would just go home and not want to talk to these people anymore and be like, you know what, screw you, I'm out of here. Which I can't blame her for. She feels completely betrayed by her best friend and boyfriend and a couple other friends, and it's just a big mess. But at this point, Maria has had enough, just wants to go home where she feels most safe. And I'm sure everyone else is just in shock and really not really know what to say. I mean, this whole situation is kind of a bust. It's a pretty bad Valentine's Day dance, if you ask me. But yeah, we're gonna get Maria home where she feels Good. Okay, so back at home, Maria has finally made it home. Ignore the fact that it's literally 9 a.m. I need to slow down the time. But it's like obviously pretty late in the night. She came home unexpectedly earlier than she was expected to be home. Luckily, her nanny, who she loves so much, is here, and so are her parents. So she has lots of comfort around her. She's feeling very tense and stressed about what just happened, obviously. And I think she just needs to cry it out and I don't know, just be comforted by everything that's going on. It's been a tough kind of year for Maria. In this relationship, she's never known anything before of what a relationship is like. So I think she was just taking all the bad stuff and stuffing it down and wanting to continue to look at the positives and continue to pursue this relationship because it's the only thing that she's ever known. But obviously, now I don't think she can stuff anything down anymore now that she's been totally betrayed and feels totally betrayed by her best friend, by her boyfriend, and all this, hurt and pain that she's kind of been quiet about is coming out now. I think her parents are, I guess, surprised because they didn't know how serious this relationship with Raymond actually was. And I think maybe Elena begins to blame herself a bit for not being so involved in Maria's life, or maybe the fact that, we know that Elena has been a very strict mother about Maria going out and stuff like that, but she has recently, over the past year, become more lenient, letting her go out with her friends and stuff, and I think she would blame herself in saying that she wouldn't get hurt, Maria wouldn't have gotten hurt if she would have just stayed home, which is not the most idealistic way to parents by keeping your child sheltered from everything, and I think that's what Aiden would try to explain to Elena, is that this was the inevitable, she's gonna grow from this, it's a good learning experience, it hurts now, but she's going to be smarter from this. Poor girl. Not a great night. At least she looks beautiful. So, she's in good hands for the night. I think from this, it's kind of the only way that Maria can say that, okay, you know what, enough's enough. The relationship with me and Raymond is over and I'm not doing it anymore. So I don't think that they're going to be romantically involved past this. As far as rekindling a friendship with Raymond, I don't know. We're going to have to wait until the next episode to find out how all of this, turns out once the dust settles. And as far as Jordan and Maria's relationship, I don't know how tarnished it is. We're gonna have to wait and see. So, that's where we're going to leave off this night. But we're going to skip ahead into the next day, even though it technically is the next day. And let's go visit the Walters Royals. All right, so this is a palace we have not been to in a while. Last time we were here, I think was, oh God, I don't even remember. Episode 4, no, I don't know, sometime ago. But I quickly wanted to check in with them because since Prince Nicholas is about 2 years old now, I thought this would be the perfect time for Carmen and Etta to finally have another child. So Etta is the one that is pregnant this time. Thankfully to The Sims and MC Command Center, I'm able to get her pregnant with Carmen's kid. So right now she is in the she's going into her 3rd trimester. So I'm going to pause her pregnancy because I'm going to wait until the next episode. No, not the next episode. I think 3 episodes, because we're still on this 3-month time skip thing. So the next episode will take place, if it's, right now is February, it'll take place in April, May. She's pregnant and I'm so excited to finally have another baby. I feel like we've had so many over the last couple episodes, but since Joanna was pregnant last time and she just had her kid, now it's Etta's turn to have another kid. So I'm excited for them. While we're here, I also wanted to quickly look at King Noah and Queen Audrey, we don't know much about them. We haven't focused on them much. But all I can say is that they really do love their kids. And I think Erica has been extremely grateful to adopt a new set of parents after, marrying Derek. And, considering the fact that she doesn't very much get along well with her mother. And I think she would even come to them for support when she's not feeling well. So why don't we go ahead and invite Derek and Erica over. I think King Noah is a very fun, loving guy, and so I definitely think that whenever Erica needs cheering up, she would always come over to her in-laws' house to see King Noah, to make her smile. And I think even Derek, after everything that happened last episode, we obviously know that Queen Genevieve said some not so very nice things. Why are all of my Sims naked? Usually, for New Year's Eve, the Halverson Kingdom has a ball and invites like everyone from their kingdom, everyone from the Walters Kingdom. It's like this huge event that they have every year. We've seen it in a couple episodes. But Erica and Derek decided to make the decision to not go this year. And it was kind of a big deal because, this is like an annual large thing for the Halverson Kingdom, and they ended up not going. So that's kind of tough. Wait. Oh my god. Sorry, that was really sweet. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring up to date how Erica's dealing with everything that happened last episode. And yeah, it's tough. I get, they still haven't talked. She still hasn't talked to her mother, but she's definitely, I think, in good hands. Being taken care of over here in this kingdom. Speaking of Genevieve, why don't we go on and check in on her to see how she's holding up after everything. Okay, so back at the palace, it looks like Genevieve is just kind of trying to relax, enjoying some fireplace TV. Okay, interesting choice. But as far as Genevieve is holding up after the whole situation that happened last episode, I think she feels very guilty. I think she has kind of been, I think she realized at the time of when she said some very mean things to her daughter that she had gone too far, although it was at a point where she couldn't take back what she said, and she was kind of just, well, damn it, I did something stupid, and she got mad at herself, but she kind of immersed herself in her royal duties and her work to distract from, how she hurt Erica. As far as Annalise's reaction, I think very minimal words have been spoken between her and her mother. I think Annalise too is also upset about the way Genevieve handled things and the things that she said. I think Annalise has tried to reach out to Erica and call her and tell her about how, what happened during our meeting was messed up, and she shouldn't have come at us like that, and I love you and I'm here for you if you need anything. But at the same time, Annalise is in a tight position because she lives in the palace with her mom. So if Erica were to come over and visit, she would have to see Genevieve as well. The palace is pretty big, but technically she is coming to Genevieve's home. So for that reason, I don't think Erica would come back to the kingdom. If they were to ever see each other, I think Annalise would have to go there. But another thing that, keeps them from seeing each other is that Annalise is a crown princess, so she obviously has, I think, a much bigger workload and more responsibilities and duties to attend to over in her palace to keep her from traveling to a different kingdom. As much as I guess they don't mean for their relationship to be strained, I think because of location and stuff like that, that's what's kind of been keeping them from seeing each other, because they haven't seen each other in the past couple months. Even for the holidays, this was the first holiday besides the ones that Erica was in Salvadorada for, that she has missed and that they haven't been together. So it's definitely tough. Not being able to see someone that you grew up with, your sister, your siblings, somebody very close to you. during the holidays when that's the time that everyone's supposed to be seeing each other. But yeah, tough situation. Julian was a little shocked by the news as well when it came to the last episode of the contract. Julian and Derek didn't know that this was happening until their wives told them. And Julian, being very honorable, always wants to be honest with his kids. That was like the number one thing that he wanted when Annalise was first pregnant. He was like, when I have children, I'm always going to be honest with my children, because he has been through a lot as a kid. I mean, from taking care of his little sister to his mother passing away and to his father totally like running out on them. There's been a lot of information that, he deserved to know about that he didn't, and he didn't understand. As we know, he's kind of blamed himself and always questioned why his father left the way that he did and why he didn't know enough about him. And so it's very important for Julian, for his kids to know who he is and to know who they are and where they come from and stuff like that. And obviously their magical powers is a huge part of that. Even though it's not from Julian's side of the family, it's still a part of who Christina is. And I think it's very important for her to know that. But obviously that's not happening anymore. Well, at least right now, since the contract. So it did definitely take him a while to get used to. He was very upset and hurt when he finally heard about the news. But, there isn't really much that he can do. So I think he's kind of just been like, this is the way that it is. Kind of the same way that both Annalise and Erica have kind of reacted to it, per se. So yeah, but a different update. During all of the stress that Genevieve has been under over the last couple months, she's still watching this damn fireplace TV. Girl! Leroy has definitely been so amazing with her. We know that Leroy and Genevieve are super close. They have been good friends for a very long time now, for many years. But I think he didn't know about the meeting, or he knew that the meeting was happening. He just didn't know what the contents of the meeting were going to be. So after Erica stormed out, I think the whole palace was like, the staff was kind of buzzing like, oh, they had a big fight and what's going on. And since the queen hasn't been very happy and Genevieve's kind of been obviously very, I guess, reserved about everything that happened, Leroy kind of noticed that and was bold enough to ask her, like, what's going on? Why you're not yourself? What happened in that meeting that caused you to be more, I guess, cold? And I think that's when she kind of broke down and told him about what she did and how she feels very guilty about everything and how she feels like what she said to Erica she can't take back. And she validated all of Erica's insecurities that she was feeling as Genevieve's daughter, being the second in line to the throne, not feeling as important as Annalise is to Genevieve. She kind of validated all that, which is super tough. But Leroy was there to comfort her, and I think through these past couple months, they have gotten a lot closer in that sense. However, I do think that they've always spent a lot of time together when it comes to work. I think this time, through that breakthrough that Genevieve had of kind of finally talking about something that's really hurt her, has made Leroy and Genevieve closer emotionally. So now, instead of hanging out or seeing each other all the time talking about work, now they're talking about more personal and emotional things and have created a stronger bond. So, as unfortunate and as devastating as the situation is between Erica and Genevieve, it ended up bringing Genevieve and Leroy closer together, which is very sweet. And we know that these two have had a flirtationship for the past year or for the past, however long it's been. And I think that has brought Genevieve to notice more how much she really likes Leroy and how much she really enjoys his company. So yeah, that's their situation. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end the episode. I feel like I left it on kind of a somber note, but I just wanted to show the aftermath of how Erica and Genevieve and Elise are doing from everything that happened last episode. Obviously, it was very emotional and high strung. And then we also saw what happened with Maria in the beginning. Please let me know your thoughts on that whole situation. Let me know how you think Maria is dealing with it, how you think Elena and Aiden are going to deal with it, and just what you think about everything. And I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye!